Tell me what your other message means. Do you like to taunt? If you don't come back to me, I will post 10,000 of your dark flags online. My name is Ha Kwong. I am a famous blogger online. In the past 2 years, I have also acted in a few small but quite hot web dramas. 2 years ago, I broke up with my lover of 5 years. The reason is just that she's too busy and doesn't have time for each other. 2 years later, today I came across an interview of hers. Now, she has become a famous backup photo of the show. The MC asked about a viral post online about someone she liked when she was young. Lu Nu-yin smiled, feeling a bit lost. He and I loved each other for 5 years and then broke up. Actually, when we broke up, I was very sad. But at that time, I didn't want to break up and also didn't want to lose face. So I said a few sincere words like, break up then break up, don't regret anything. The MC chimed in. I'm not afraid of it getting bigger. Now that you've won the Photo Queen Award, does he regret it? Lu Nu-yin couldn't help but laugh. No. Later, when I received the female lead script for the movie 8-Year-Old Bride, I thought about how I could make it so that he could just turn on the TV to see me, so he would know how wonderful I was. She said indignantly. Below the video, fans commented loudly. Let him know how wonderful you are, and then wait for him to come and beg you to come back, right? Okay, I know you still miss him. Go to bed early. You've been famous for 2 years, and he still doesn't regret it. Reading this, I was a bit dumbfounded. Regret? Actually, there is a little bit, but Lu Nu-yin is really thick-skinned. Do you still want me to regret it? Wait for the next life. But she is also very proud at times. For example, that time, I said goodbye, which was just a seduction. She also heard it, but that day, she was determined to save face and accept the breakup for real. Do you regret it now? It's late. Lu Yin and I have known each other for 8 years and have been in love with each other for 5 years. I don't know how many times we mentioned breaking up, but every time it only took a few words to make up. But the last time was different. At that time, her career was on the rise. I gave in to her many times. It was very difficult for her to have a few days off. I had prepared the entire travel itinerary for the two of us. However, at the Sanya Hotel, she went to the balcony to receive a phone call and immediately started packing her luggage. I had just finished showering, stepped out, and asked, "What are you doing?" Lu Nu-yin stood up and hugged me. There's a sudden casting call from a film crew. This opportunity is very important for you. Honey, next time. Next time I'll definitely. Before she finished her promise, I interrupted. There won't be a next time. Let's break up. Lu Nu-yin, this time I'm more serious than ever. I stayed up all night planning this trip, but in the end she poured me a bucket of cold water. But actually, as soon as I said that sentence, I regretted it. Perhaps Lu Nu-yin saw the determination in my eyes when I said that. She was silent for a moment and then actually agreed. Okay, if we break up then we break up, don't regret it. She pulled her suitcase and left the room. The next day, I also packed my luggage and went home. Travel plans canceled. I threw the phone aside, pulled my hood down to cover my face, and tried to close my eyes for a moment. My assistant and good brother, trying to be speechless, elbowed me a few times. Fan is urging you to get active. There, you should quickly think of a way. I was woken up, in a bad mood. I coldly tilted my head to look at him. Isn't this something you should worry about? She looked at me wordlessly for 2 seconds, then bowed her head and clicked on WeChat. A few minutes later, he gave me the phone. On the screen showing my latest post to CR, which photo would be good. Includes 9 photos in different styles. Not long after the post was posted, comments began to explode. I'm in love, I'm in love. Take number 33, it looks so cute. This boy with exotic beauty is also good. No one cares who CR is. After a few minutes, Lu's photo like Yin commented, send this picture. Attached is an ugly photo of me when we were still in love. How bad is it? Basically enough for me to have a stigma in the world. Lu Nu-yin's title of photo queen is indeed very valuable. In just a few short minutes, my Weibo climbed to the top of the entertainment news feed. I was so angry that I quickly removed Lu Nu-yin from the block list on WeChat. Are you sick? A true ex-lover must be dead. Do you have any sense? Why do you still keep your ex-boyfriend's photo after breaking up? Lu Nu-yin completely avoided the question. Who is Grad? I laughed out loud. Lu Nu-yin, you care too much about your ex-boyfriend. Who do I know? What does it have to do with you? Lu Nu-yin texted back. Are you in the world? Isn't it singer Tan Tuet who just held a concert a few days ago? I wonder how did she know I was going to see Tan Tuet's concert? Lu Nuyen, are you following me? Lu Nuyen sent a sticker with the words, I will always secretly peek at you forever, forever, never ending. Thinking about it carefully, it's scary. Does she still have feelings for me? I narrowed my eyes and deliberately asked, Lu Nuyen, are you jealous? Lu Nuyen sent a voice message. I looked at the driver in front of me, glanced at Ko Vo Nuoi sleeping next to me, then confidently pressed listen. Ha Kwong, tell me, who are you? Her voice was still as gentle as ever. I retracted my smile. The phone automatically played her second voice message. If I don't say anything, I will post thousands of flags on my phone online, one every day. The smile on my face immediately stiffened. I cursed softly. After 2 years of separation, she is still the same, not changing at all. Knowing how much I value my online image, he took it out and threatened me too much. But I have no choice. When she was in love, Lu Nuyen loved taking photos for me, but her skills were extremely bad. I pamper my girlfriend very much. Even though she took bad photos that made people angry, I still patiently praised her. Your wife's photos are very beautiful, better than last time. Now it's like carrying a rock and hitting your own feet. At that time, I did not expect this day to come. Suddenly, 2 new messages were sent. Lu Nuyen continued to text. No answer, right? Then I'm okay. I hastily replied. That's a nonsense person writing a bet for me. I don't have PR. What about Tan Tuet? I lost patience. Are you done with this yet? She replied. Tan Tuet, don't dream anymore. She already has a boyfriend. Her feelings are very stable. I saw this message and immediately woke up the speechless girl who was sleeping in the car next to me. Tan Tuet has a boyfriend. Go pursue someone else. Tan Tuet is the idol of Late Voiceless. He pursued her for a year, had a hard time waiting for her concert, insisted on going, and begged me to take her along. There is no other way. Guys have to take the initiative. A new message from Lu Nuyen appeared in my chat with her. After breaking up, I have such a poor eye for people. I know she's been mean for a long time. Before, I was truly patient to the extreme, enduring half a year of her teasing and sarcasm to pursue her. Once in love, Lu and Yin are no longer the same. But it's true that countries are easy to change. Nature is hard to leave. I suppressed my anger and replied, Lu Nuyen, oh. Before I could finish typing the sentence, I clenched my teeth. She was already maddened to death. Lu like Yin pokes rice. No way, huh? Gu was speechless when he saw me staring at the phone with wide eyes and curiously asked, what's wrong? I gritted my teeth. You're laughing. Lu like Yin is really easy to meet. Have you contacted her again? Whoa, I knew right away you two. Can't break up. When is it appropriate? I glared, glanced at him, and said angrily, shut up. She made me angry like this and still wants to come back. There is no door. In the evening, Ko Vo gone and I returned to the apartment. They both drank beer and watched movies. Suddenly, Ko Vo Gon's phone rang. My personal studio's weblog is managed by Ko Vo Gon. He looked at the screen and concluded, we have a variety show we want to invite you to. I chewed the potato on the Zop and casually asked, what program? White Dog Jar? I thought for a moment. I've never heard of this program. It must have just come out. Don't accept. Ko Vo Gon looked awkward, but continued. They paid us 30 million. What are we waiting for? Accept it now. Hesitating even for a second is disrespectful to money. The variety show White Dog Love suddenly appeared on the market. The program team invited 5 couples in the world who had broken up. Asked them to act like they're in love in front of the camera so the audience can guess which couple intends to reunite. I boarded a flight to Sanya. Looking through the request the program sent me, over the past 20 years, I have only loved Lu Nuyen. How could this tiny program invite her? But to be sure, before the plane took off, I still texted Lu Nuyen and asked, are you participating in that white dog class? Lu Nuyen answered very quickly, what is it that loves white dogs? You want to come back to me? I was stunned. Just 2 years after breaking up, has Lu Nuyen become a particularly brainless creature? What does a love program and a reunion have to do with each other? I'm not talking about a real worm. Are you in? Lu Nuyen's responsibility frame displays typing. I patiently waited a few minutes. Finally, when patience disappeared, a voice rang out next to me. Can I sit here? I stiffened, raised my head, and met Lu Nuyen's eyes. She held the phone up in front of my face, shaking it slowly. She didn't shake fast enough for me to see my ugly photo clearly on the screen. I seem to have underestimated this program. It really invited Lu Nuyen. Looks like she was on the same flight as me. I forced a fake smile. Of course. We quickly arrived at the studio. The program team announced on the working group that from the moment the guests got off the plane, hidden cameras began recording. As soon as Lu Nuyen and I appeared in the live broadcast room, netizens immediately exploded. Oh my God. I thought I was mistaken when I saw the live stream on the homepage. It turned out to be Lu Nuyen. Why would Lu Nuyen join this nameless little pawn? Don't you see that Ha Kwong, who just got hot with her, is also here? Wait, are these two really ex-lovers? I discovered that not far away, there was a girl who looked a lot like Tatan Tuet. I tilted my head in confusion and asked Lu Nuyen, is that Tatan Tuet next to her? Why did she join this program? Didn't you say she and her boyfriend are very happy? Lu Nuyen narrowed her eyes. You really don't like Tatan Tuet, do you? Seeing this scene, the bullets on the live stream went crazy again. Isn't that true love? Looking at these two, it doesn't look like they broke up. I'm just a passerby, but I understand. Lu Nuyen came for her ex-boyfriend. I glanced at her with a strange expression. What does it have to do with you whether I like Tatan Tuet or not? Her house is by the sea, as if reminding her that she and I are in the past. I really don't know where Ha Kwong got this confidence from. He thinks that Lu Nuyen wants to come back to him. I remember this time there was a guest. It seems like an ex-boyfriend who really likes Lu Nuyen. Certainly, Ha Kwong is truly a stubborn person in real life. When Lu Nuyen dated someone else, he immediately became obedient. Senior Lu. A cheerful male voice rang out. I raised my head and saw a guy dragging a suitcase running toward us. He aimed straight at Lu Nuyen. I know this guy. His name is Wai Dang Tan. He just acted in a movie with Lu Nuyen. The movie is hot on the internet. The taboo love story between a younger brother and stepsister makes netizens cringe. He and I are also quite close. Unexpectedly, she also participated in this type of worm. Tell me quietly, who is your ex-lover? Wai Dang Tan curiously asked Lu Nuyen. Long time no see. Lu Nuyen did not feel offended by that question. It seemed that their relationship was quite good. In front of the camera, I pretended not to know Wai Dang Tan and just said hello briefly. Hello, Wai Dang Tan. He looked at me, his eyes lit up. Ha Kwong. I really like his short films. But why are you participating in this program? Who is your ex? The topic was immediately pulled towards me. Wai Dang Tan leaned close to my ear and whispered, do you also want to rekindle your old love with Lu Nuyen? I looked at the woman next to me, still as calm as ever. Huh, cold. My ex-lover is dead. How can we reunite? Lu Nuyen smiled softly. Is that so? If she's really dead, maybe even a ghost won't forgive you. Wai Dang Tan's eyes lit up. Wow. This couple of pure hatred in the villa. All guests were present. Wai Dang Tan suddenly started bleeding on my elbow. Look over there. He really likes Senior Lu. Remember to keep an eye on him. I followed his eyes. I also know that person, Kai Ba Dat. He specializes in playing the role of a cuckold husband in Lu Nuyen's films. Great Emperor, it's always been like this since her debut. Before, I even argued with Lu Nuyen because of him. No one can appear next to a person forever, unless it is intentional. After Lu Nuyen and I broke up, Kai Ba Dat continued to film with her. Unexpectedly, this time he followed her to the depths of love. I didn't put Wai Dang Tan's words in my head. I have to be careful of what he does. If the two of them really had anything, they would have been together a long time ago. Wai Dang Tan looked regretful, looking at me like someone who didn't know how to appreciate me. Can't say that. Good girls are afraid of becoming stubborn. If he keeps on killing and doesn't let go, when Senior Lu Bei takes him away, I will. Crying, I burst out laughing. Lu Nuyen and I broke up 2 years ago, not 2 days. If she really hadn't forgotten me, she would have come back to find me. My voice sounded a bit uncomfortable. I didn't even understand why I felt this way. Maybe I never really let go of Lu Nuyen. All guests were present. The director spoke. Let's do the first team mission. The task is to walk on 3 legs. Couples of men and women pair up, their legs tied together. In 10 seconds, you have to walk 10 meters to receive the shopping fund. If they fail, there will be no food in the evening. Of course, Kai Ba Dat will not miss this opportunity. When no one dared to be a pioneer, he proactively stepped up. Senior Lu, do you just want to team up with me? Lu Nuyen glanced at me. I immediately looked away and refused. Looking at her, Wai Dang Tan saw me like that and suddenly pulled Lu Nuyen's hand. No, Senior Lu has to team up with me. He winked at me as if to say, don't worry, my friend, I'll protect your love. I feel it's really unnecessary. Before, when we were in college, Lu Nuyen and I used to play this game. At that time, we had been in love for 2 years, but our chemistry was miserable. I can't bear to look at Wai Dang Tan. He's so slender, he definitely can't stand the fall. I spoke up. It's better if I go. Senior Lu, give me some dignity, I said. It's amazing that he has 3 handsome guys competing to form a team. It's so awesome. A course is needed to help Ha Kuang become self-aware. If you want to form a team, talk properly. What kind of favor is that? Lu Nuyen is his dog, I think. Lu Nuyen will choose Wai Dang then or Kai Ba Dat. Their relationship seems very good. As for Ha Kuang, no one paid attention to me. But Lu Nuyen did not refuse. My right leg was tied to her left leg. At that moment, I suddenly felt like I was returning to my carefree college days. What are you standing there for? Be careful, don't fall. I looked at Lu Nuyen's face and froze. Are you refusing to eat again? I'm going on a business trip tomorrow. Who will take care of you? I told you not to leave your clothes lying around. What if I can't find them? Your stomach is not good. Eat more nutritious food. Don't eat junk food all day. At this moment, the images of Lu Nuyen before and now overlap each other, as if we were still lovers and had never broken up. The director shouted loudly, start the challenge. Lu Nuyen and I still don't have any chemistry. The result failed. Of course Kai Ba that was not convinced. I said let me do it. If you don't have the skills, don't take the job, he said. Are you planning on starving us all? No wonder Lu Nuyen broke up with him. Are these two really ex-lovers? I don't understand. Ha Kuang seems to only know how to pull his hind legs. I thought these two would have great cooperation. I want to apologize to Kai Ba Dat. It's true that it was my own heart that failed the test. But Lu Nuyen stood in front of me. It's my fault. I wasn't careful and tripped over him. I looked at her back with a trace of doubt in my heart. Why did she do that? Haven't we already broken up? As my ex-boyfriend, getting scolded has nothing to do with you. Oh my God, Lu Nuyen is such a kind ex-lover, and even at this point she's still protecting Ha Kuang. Can't understand. Why did Ha Kuang break up with her? It's 2025, asking for a girlfriend like Lu Nuyen. We failed, but 3 other couples succeeded. Everyone quickly divided their tasks, and the 2 groups went shopping. The rest returned to cook dinner. Lu Nuyen and I went shopping together in a group. We sat in the same car to go to a large supermarket nearby. Thank you for helping me just now. Lu Nuyen was a bit surprised. You're not arguing with me today? Just one sentence wiped away several hours of my sadness. If you don't defend me, then who will defend you? In my eyes, only you can bully me. Don't even dream of others. I don't know what to say anymore. In my ears, these words are like a confession of love. The silent atmosphere lasted until the car arrived at the supermarket. I naturally got out of the car and opened the door to help Lu Nuyen. What do you want to eat later? Before I could answer, she said it herself. Coca chicken soup, shrimp and oil sauce is fine too, hey. Green meat with spicy juice I also like. Buy them all. The female cameraman who followed couldn't help but remind. Senior Lu, if you don't practice these dishes, you can't cook them. Or buy some simpler dishes that are easier to make. Lu Nuyen was attentively choosing shrimp and nonchalantly replied, it's okay, I can do it. My eyes fell on the hand she was holding tightly, while choosing shrimp. While holding hands like this, is it okay? I tried a little hard to pull my hand away, but as a result, she held it even tighter. I'm sorry. Whatever you do, you have to put 10 fingers together, I thought. Lu Nuyen is too worthless. From the beginning until now, looking back, Ha Kuang has not had a single good point. Come on, I don't understand where Lu Nuyen likes him. She's beautiful, rich, and knows how to cook. Truly the goddess of my dreams. Looking at Lu Nuyen's attitude, it's clear that the words, "want to come back," are written right on her face. I don't know what else Ha Kuang is doing. Lu Nuyen, can you let go? She stopped walking, calmly took a packet of hot pot seasoning, and put it in the basket. Why should I let go? You and I are companions now. And since we are companions, we have to do things. She spoke very seriously, as if I was the petite one who didn't follow the rules. So what should I do? Can I give you a kiss? Lu Nuyen appeared to be thinking. Really? If you really want a kiss, it's not impossible. I couldn't help but gently kicked her. Why is this person still so shameless in front of the camera? Say whatever you want. Who would break up and still kiss? On the way back to the villa, I received a strange text message. Can Mr. Ha Kwangson stop harassing Lu Nuyen? In the past, in order to protect him from cyber attacks, she signed a betting contract with the company. Now it's a little better. She can forget the suffering she endured, but a beneficiary like you cannot forget. There is no such thing as repaying gratitude with resentment. Do you know how big the gap is between the two of you now? People need to know their fate. Bet contract? I've never heard of Lu Nuyen risking her life to film for 2 years. Is it because of that betting contract? But still say it. Because of me, my head is full of question marks, but no one can give me an answer. Only one thing is certain, between me and this girl next to me. The distance is getting farther and farther, so far that it makes me feel self-conscious. When I returned to the villa, I learned that the other two couples also had their own mission to be love observers. And unfortunately, my close friend, Wai Dang Then, is one of them. As soon as he saw me and Lu Nuyen coming back, he walked over and took the bag in my hand. How sweet you two are. Honestly, aren't you planning on getting back together with her? I looked at Lu Nuyen's back in the kitchen and suddenly remembered the message from earlier. What the other person said was not wrong. How could he go back? If it were 2 years ago, I would definitely agree, without hesitation. But now, the distance between me and her is too big. Lu Nuyen should be with someone better, not a stagnant person like me. Oh my God, why do you think like that? She obviously still likes you. I smiled faintly. To be honest, I was always waiting for her to come find me and come back. I really can't let her go, but if she really takes the initiative to come forward now, I think maybe I will still step back. Lu Nuyen is so good that it makes me feel like I don't deserve her. Wai Dang then looked at me with mixed emotions. He also didn't know how to advise me, because the problem was not with anyone else but with me. Kai Ba Dat came out of the kitchen, his face full of anger. Seeing me and Wai Dang then talking, he threw a bowl full of garlic on the table. Not only is someone bad at the game, now everyone is helping, but he's hiding out here being lazy. I was already in a bad mood, and I didn't want to argue with him. I picked up the bowl of garlic, bowed my head, and started peeling it. Lu Nuyen came out of the kitchen and immediately saw me bowing my head and peeling garlic. She immediately snatched the bowl from my hand. Have you ever done these things? What are you trying to show off? I don't know if it was because Kai Ba Dat scolded me, or because I was too clear about the distance between me and her, a feeling of self-pity that I couldn't suppress. It's in my heart. I can't control my insecurities anymore. I countered, can't she do it? I just want to help. Lu Nuyen's eyes seemed to want to say something, but stopped. She pulled out a piece of paper and gently gave it to me, her tone both patient and gentle. Why are you angry? I didn't say I wouldn't help you. She grabbed my hand and led me into the kitchen. Then, pulled the sliding door closed, blocking the curious eyes of other guests. Why are you suddenly arguing? Are you angry? I turned my head away. With 30 million remuneration, what else do I have to feel angry about? But to her, this number is probably not worth much, after all the TV series that Lu Nuyen starred in also earned several times that number. While gently handing it over to the stage, she asked me without raising her head, what is that? I was washing vegetables, and when I heard that, I stopped and unnaturally turned my head to look at her. What did you just say? Lu Nuyen put down the knife and looked at me seriously. I invested 30 million in this program. That's what I gave you. Otherwise, what do you think? There's no way I would participate in this show. Why are you giving money to your ex-boyfriend? Lu Nuyen laughed out of anger. Do you really not understand, or are you pretending not to understand? I came here to beg you to come back. Do you hear me? Oh my God, this is so romantic. Investing in a whole program just to beg to come back? Lu Nuyen really loves you. Ha Kwang, what are you waiting for? Do you agree? To be honest, if it were me, I would also hesitate a bit. Anyway, Lu Nuyen is so excellent now. I can really understand this feeling of confidence. But thinking back, it's hard to understand. If she really liked Ha Kwang, why didn't she ask to come back sooner instead of waiting until 2 years later? Perhaps Ha Kwang's hesitation is also because of this. Ha Kwang, Do you want to come back to me? In such a short time, I have thought a lot about those few sentences. I want, but there are things that can't be solved with just the words, I want. The 30 million she arbitrarily spent is probably money I won't be able to earn in my entire life. If she comes back, what will her career be like? What about that betting contract? Will her fans accept it? What's more, she just won the Photo Queen Award. If I have to pay a huge amount of compensation for breach of contract because of love, how can I harm her? Lu Nuyen, I don't want to go back. I don't know how I said this sentence. I only know that after saying it, my heart felt like it was being cut by a knife. It hurt so much that I was suffocating. Lu Nuyen looked at me. Why, Ha Kwong? Don't tell me you like someone else. Besides this reason, I can't think of any other reason why he rejected me. We broke up and got back together no matter how many times, but you never rejected me. There was a trace of bitterness in her eyes. Is it because it's too late? 2 years can change a lot of things, so you've already changed your mind? Of course I don't change my mind, but this is the best excuse to end this relationship. Yes, I have someone I like. Who is it? Tatan Tuet? Didn't you say you didn't like her? Lu Nuyen stared at me, determined to ask why. I like it now, isn't that okay? Lu Nuyen laughed. Ha Kwong, if you lie, your eyes will unconsciously avoid you. Don't think you can deceive me. I know what I want. I lowered my eyes and spoke the words from the bottom of my heart. Lu Nuyen, I actually don't want you to act on such emotions. The relationship between you and I ended 2 years ago, right? 2 years ago, you chose your career and gave up coming back to me. Today, when you have achieved great success, you should not have come to me to reconnect. I don't want you to regret what you did today 10 years later. Lu Nuyen blinked slightly. Is it still because you didn't have time to come back to find me? I can explain. But he didn't want to hear it, because it wasn't important. I quickly rinsed the vegetables in water, then left the kitchen and returned to the bedroom the program prepared for me. It wasn't until dinner time that Wai Dang then came to call me downstairs. He opened the door and immediately frowned. What are you doing that's so pathetic? Lu Nuyen wants to come back, and you refuse because of low self-esteem and the betting terms. I nodded slightly. He patted my shoulder. Does it have to be like that? If two people like each other, just stay together. The terms of the bet are also that she is willing. I shook my head. You don't understand? Why dang then? In the past 2 years, I have resented her countless times, blaming her. Why didn't she find me to reconnect? But now, when I know the truth, I realize that the fault lies with me. She has suffered too much because of me, and what about me? I blamed her for letting go of our feelings, and showed the attitude of waiting for her. When she had difficulties, I was not there. Now when everything is good rather, the first thing she did was find me to come back. Compared to what she did, I'm such a bad person. I gently, without making a sound, remembered how I treated her. After removing her from the block list, I regretted it to death. Why would I treat such a good person that way? Wai Dang Tan looked at me for a moment and then said, But have you ever thought about her feelings? She did everything for you. Without you, she wouldn't be here today. I objected. That's not true. Even without me, she would still succeed. Lu Nuyen is so good. She will achieve anything she does. Wai Dang Tan sighed helplessly. Okay. So for such a good person, do you really want to let go? I clasped my hands and whispered as if confessing. I don't want to let go. Wai Dang Tan didn't pay attention to me, just calmly spoke and left. I blinked at him suspiciously. Click. The door opened. Lu Nuyen walked in front of me. Wai Dang Tan decisively hung up the phone. So from now on, he has been calling her. She heard all my words of pain and weakness. Wai Dang Tan left, leaving only me and Lu like yin in the room. I sat up on the bed, eyes wide open, looking at her. Lu Nuyen also looked at me, but then she was the one to give in first. She smiled, hurting towards me. Don't you want to be with me, Ha Kwong, before? Why don't you realize that I'm so domineering? Just rejected you so decisively, turned away so coolly. Now you're hiding in the trauma room like this. If it were someone else, you would definitely have been deceived by me, but I know you're just speaking against your heart. Last time I asked, do you want to come back? My answer was, the hand holding her hand. Lu Nuyen gently grabbed my wrist and pulled hard. My whole body immediately leaned into her arms. I hugged Lu like yin and kissed the corner of her lips. As soon as the kiss ended, my stomach growled twice at the wrong time. Lu Nuyen burst out laughing. Are you hungry? Do you want to come down to eat? I nodded and went downstairs with her. As soon as I sat down at the dining table, 6 pairs of eyes immediately stared at me. Senior Lu, this must be the end of the coaxing, right? What's the point of guessing anymore? A couple is about to come back, and the answer is clearly right in front of their eyes. That's right. But tell me, how did you two know each other? Everyone was constantly competing with each other to ask questions and discuss. Lu Nuyen peeled the shrimp for me and slowly told me. We've been in love since school. The first time we met him was in 10th grade. At that time, I was a member of the student council, and he was a rather stubborn straight guy. When Ben heard her voice, memories of the first time they met suddenly came back. That year, she was the student council representative, in charge of catching truant students, hanging sauce in the school, and I'm the one who often climbs the wall. That day I overslept and had no choice but to climb a tree and jump over the fence. Unexpectedly, Lu Nuyen caught him right in the battle. I quickly smiled to please. Classmate, you are so beautiful. Can you not write down my name? As a result, Lu Nuyen coldly replied. Classmate, you're also handsome, but you still climb the wall, right? What she means is, whether you're handsome or not, it's still against the rules. If you don't write your name, there's no way. That day, I officially memorized the name Lu Nuyen, top student in the city, top of the entire grade, good student in the eyes of teachers, member of the student council with integrity and seriousness. That's disgusting. I must find a way to play a trick on her and get revenge for being called a parent. You're trying to plot for me, so go after her, make her fall in love with you, and bring her grades down. Then kick her out into the pig pen. Therefore, I started a plan to pursue Lu like Yin, but when I confessed my love, she flatly refused. I still clearly remember what she said that day. I like smart boys. After listening, I immediately understood. She's saying I'm stupid. I'm dying of laughter. How can I swallow this anger? Definitely take her #1 spot. So I studied day and night to the point where my teachers looked at me and thought I had a fever. Insist that your parents take you to have your brain examined. In 11th grade, my performance improved dramatically, from ranked 200 in the entire grade to top 50. I stood in front of the bulletin board, pointing to my name. Lu Nuyen, can you love me now? She nodded as if acknowledging my year of trying, but still did not agree to love. She continued, just keep trying. Don't let her current appearance fool you. In the end, she still confessed to me first and begged me to enroll in the same university as her. Direct comment. I didn't expect Lu Nuyen to be so profound. Oh my God, you already noticed Ha Kuang, right? You deliberately suspended him for 3 years to stimulate the spirit of learning. Truly the goddess of the fishing industry. With your mouth, you say you like smart people, but actually you just want Ha Kuang to study. How can Ha Kuang stand it? He's so excited that he plows day and night. But I'm really curious. Teacher Lu wrote down his name. Shouldn't he hate her? Why are you still chasing her? Tatan Tuet wondered. This question is also something Lu and Yin really want to know. She asked me many times, but each time I changed the topic to avoid being able to tell the truth. Wai Dangtan also widened his eyes and looked at me curiously. I lowered my voice and said, looking down at the ground, isn't it said that falling in love will reduce your achievements? So I think I just need to chase her, make her fall in love with me, and then when her grades drop, dump her. Wai Dangtan was drinking water, but ended up nearly spitting out the water, laughing to death. Then, he discovered that her grades hadn't dropped at all. Right? That's right. I was sad for a long time because of this. Even in college, she never failed a high-level math class. Truly scary. Tatan Tuet clasped her hands in admiration. Lu Nuyen smiled. It turns out that during that time, you were always sad. I kept asking, but you didn't tell me the reason was this. I looked into her dangerous eyes, gritted my teeth, and erased all the words. Mr. Dung nodded. The comments exploded directly. All high-class people who have never failed are like this. One like for Ms. Lu. So I don't like this. My life is over. Ha Kuang. Remember to lock the door tonight. Hopefully tomorrow you won't see him hunching over. The program ends. The news that Lu and Yin and I were back quickly became hot. Netizens simultaneously teased Lu like Yin. Congratulations, you're openly in love right on television. A love show sponsored by a television station, that's too much. Lu Nuyen replied. Thank you, guests, for your enthusiastic participation in helping me pursue my husband. Wai Dangtan excitedly poured wine. Next time there's a 50 million activity, call me again. Uncle Dat smiled bitterly, not wanting to play the role of a helpless husband anymore. Who can understand my suffering? Live commentary, acting to the point where there's no need to act at all. It turns out we were all just tools for the two of them to love each other. Tired of laughing, MC continued, adding fuel to the fire. So now that you've won the Photo Queen award, does he regret it? I was stunned. What do you mean? Is this show all about acting? Lu Nuyen smiled faintly. Well, to pursue you, I invested a lot. I couldn't help it. I almost cried like rain. My 30 million. Lu Nuyen was frantic. There's no need to be this emotional. I sobbed and said, it's my money. It's so heartbreaking. Lu Nuyen half cried and half laughed through all the remaining money in front of me, then rushed into my lap. All my moans were stopped by her kiss. Don't be sad anymore. I gave you everything. But the next morning, I was blank and full of despair. This is really giving too much.